why are you doing this right now? Like, it was one of those close calls. Like, if I would have been in the other lane, I would have been like, look at this dumb fuck. And it's like, and it really is. It's like, he's like, the amount of times you do this, like, how many more times does he get? He's like, statistically, it only gets worse. Like, that more often he's doing this crazy shit. He's like, it only takes one time. He's like, one of these times I'm going to be in the car with him, but he fucks it, like, flips us or some shit.
I mean, it's just like, not even necessary to have, like, that be your just de facto driving style.
No, because it's like, first of all, driving that fast is so unnecessary. It's like, even driving, like, you can, like, I do 10 over the speed limit at pretty much all times. That's generally what I'm about. About between 5 to 10. I try to stay at, like, because sometimes 10 will fuck you, but just depending on between that range.
I mean, if you know that there's no police around, then that's totally normal.
Zeven said I was sleeping. Did y'all already do it?
Oh, tell him to come through. Tell him we started the pod without him.
We're doing it. Pull up.
He can come in recording.
Yeah, let's hit that start.
All right. Welcome everybody. This is the Neighbors Podcast. Well, should we just roll it in right now? Should we just start it? Okay, yeah. All right. Okay, everybody. This has been the Neighbors, or this is the Neighbors. Thank you, Spandu Ballet, as always, for playing us in. And yeah, we are in the studio right now. Zeven is sleeping, so me and Colton are just hanging out,
down, starting it up.
Yeah, we were just talking about you came in with a couple books in your hand. We kind of were going over that.
I did. You know what? A book and a matching hat. You know what?
You're a hat guy.
Yeah, once in a while you gotta be a hat guy. It's just like I go with my hair a lot, and I'm very proud of my hair.
Yeah, you have nice hair.
It's thick, and you know what? I like that. But
super thick.
Occasionally, especially if my hair having a bad hair day, or it's cold, or I'm just trying to like control, or you know what? A lot of people say I look like a narc with my hair or my hat forward, and so that has kind of put me off a little bit. But at the same time, I'm like, you know, maybe that just means inconspicuous, or I can blend in. So I'm like, you know what? Yeah. That's my hat forward. Take it how you front will. Now. Whenever I put it on, I'm like, when I face forward, I consciously think I'm like, all right, activating the incognito mode. But otherwise, it's either that or that's funny. I put it backwards, and then I feel like how I did as a 18-year-old, 19-year-old graduating from high school. This is about how I wore my hat every day for like 2 years.
I honestly like both. You're one of the people where you can pull off the backwards hat and the front. And honestly, even the side.
I feel like the side is too... Yeah, it's honestly a crime to me.
You're like some Y2K right now.
The side, that's too much.
Dude, if you had the sideways hat, some Abercrombie and Fitch...
Oh my god.
Fucking just giant shorts on.
Tell me why. Anytime I think of like these three brands, it's Abercrombie and Fitch, Aeropostale, and American Eagle. It screams 6th, 7th, and 8th grade.
It really does.
All three.
That's crazy you say that.
All three of those brands, I can't, and they're ruined for me. I won't go into their stores. I won't buy their clothes. And honestly, anytime I see something, I'm like, oh, I would give that to Goodwill when I see that. Because I'm like, you know what? It's my...
Wow.
It's just stuck in that 6th, 7th, 8th grade time period.
You have a bias.
Yeah, I do. And I don't think I'll ever get rid of it.
Honestly, Abercrombie and Fitch has come a long way, and I have a couple of their shirts, and they're really nice. One of the most comfortable shirts I own is it's a shirt just like this. It's a denim, oversized denim shirt, and it's black. You probably see me wear that all the time.
Oh, you know what? You're right.
That's the shirt that I'm wearing on the cover art for the podcast.
And that's what I'm saying. I gotta open my eyes a little, broaden the horizons.
Dude, they're great.
And you know what? Some of their clothes might still be geared towards that age group, but
they've evolved.
I think I'll check it out.
They're good.
You know what? I am always looking for a good spot to get some quality denim.
Because they were always like very preppy.
Yes.
So I kind of know what you mean. Where people in middle school is kind of like the sporty kids. But I don't know, man. Like as an adult, like I don't really care about like the brands of clothes I'm wearing.
Me neither.
Sometimes I do. Like if I know I want like something, that's gonna last a long time. And
when you're looking for quality, I think it's okay to like splurge and like that's the difference when you're gonna spend like $50 on a pair of boots from Walmart or go like $250 on a like pair from like a custom boot maker that
shoes is important. I got a pair of shoes.
You get 6 months, 5 years.
most of my shoes I wear for several years at a time. I think the pair of winter boots that I've had since like 2017. But yeah, you know what? I'm a thrifter.
Likewise.
This shirt right here was a hand me down that I got from Courtney's brother, not you, Marky. He gave me this shirt. Shout out Marky. And it's tucked in right now because otherwise, if it wasn't, it'd be it's like really down long. To my thighs. But yeah, you know what? I thrift. I do a little bit of curation of my own style. I feel like I'm at a place in my life where, I like all the clothes that I have. I culled everything. I don't have a lot of excess. Like, if you were to go into my closet, I probably have like 10 or 15 like shirts.
I think that's a really good spot. And honestly, I've tried to dwindle my closet recently.
Yeah.
And I still look up there and I'm like, I know I don't wear like 50% of these clothes, but why did they pass my culling? Why did I not put them into the Goodwill bag?
You have an attachment.
Like, I do. But that's something that I think, like, as I've grown older, as you were saying with the brand thing, I have grown away from needing to have a specific brand and a specific, like, look that I've seen somewhere else, as now when I go shopping, I generally try to thrift, as you were saying. And if I'm not, I'm looking for just something that, like, specifically looks like me or something that my personality instantly is drawn to. Honestly, when I'm looking at Goodwill, I stop and then I give that a look because it caught my eye. If it doesn't catch my eye, I won't look at it. And so a lot of the time, sometimes I don't find shit and sometimes I walk out with like a crazy ass haul with some like Japanese knit sweater or like fucking
you have good luck at the thrift store.
Yeah, you know what? I've gotten pretty lucky.
I've seen you go crazy. I remember the last time we went to Goodwill, you had like found just the coolest stuff, and you really are just going super quick through it all. I'm just like taking my time. I'm so leisurely, but yeah, you really have a good system going, I think.
Honestly, the speed, I have to attribute that to my girlfriend Belle. Shout out Belle. That's just because whenever we go shopping, she's like crazy fast going through all of the women's stuff that has 3 times more than the men, and she's always still done before me. So I'm like, I've just had to learn to like pick up the pace so that we can be done at the same time and then leave. Because I hate trying like a shit ton of clothes on and then being there a long time. I just get like the small spaces. I just get hot. I get claustrophobic. Makes me want to leave.
Let's talk about the hat that you're wearing and the matching book that goes with it, because that was really interesting to me.
So
and the story behind that.
I work in construction and we're working on this little cabin out on a random lake called Lake Ivanhoe, out in our area. And it's the homeowner, the guy who was working here, he's like a 60-some-year-old man, and he immediately walking through the door after having like one conversation with him, he walked out, and I looked at my boss, who's a little bit older than me. We're a 2-man group, but I looked at him and I was like, you know what? That guy reminds me of some sort of like old town mobster, like straight Tony Soprano type guy, like guy had to be his neighbor or something. And anyways, he walks out, and one of his neighbors walks in a couple days later while we're working. We're taking this floor out. His cabin is like sinking, so we're lifting this bitch up, and his neighbor comes in, starts talking to us, looking at our work, and all of a sudden he's on his way out, and he looks and he's like, "Oh, you guys know that the owner over here, he wrote a book." And immediately we were curious. We were like, "Oh, what's it called? We got to know more about that." He's like, "You know what? Ask him about it. He'd love for you to pick his brain." So we're like, "All right." Comes back a week later, which now was probably last week Friday, and he comes to visit the job site, and then he calls. He's like, "Hey, Colton, come in here. I got something for you." And so I'm like, all right. I'm like, what are you about to pull out over here? And I'm like, I'll follow you in here, but let's slow down.
Don't hurt me.
So I will follow him into his the neighboring house, which is like a 2-story. And he's like, Mike, you come too, and that's my boss. So we both go in there, and he all of a sudden he rumbles around in a little bag, and he tosses out this. He's like, are you a black or a white guy? And I looked at him, and I was like, I don't know how to answer that. I was like, I'm gonna be honest. What are we talking? And he's like, just like apparel color. And I was like, all right, black. Give me the black. And so he tosses me this black hat out of the bag. It's a black baseball cap. And I look on the front, and it's this, like, what is that kind of style of hat called? It's a
Fedora.
A fedora wearing man called that says mob adjacent, but this fedora wearing guy, he's the M in this mob.
His arms and the center of the M is the suit jacket, and then there's a little head on top.
Perfect. Yeah. So he tosses me this hat and fishes a little book out from his bag, and he presses it into my chest, and he's like, "This is for you. My neighbor said you were asking about it." He's like, "Read the first couple chapters, and then you can quiz me." And I was like, "All right, sounds like a plan." But he gave us a brief explanation. He said him and his brother, they grew up in a family that was, as the book is titled, mob adjacent, where his father was super close and very interconnected with a lot of big mainstream mobsters of the last generation, but was not necessarily affiliated with the mob, but they got plenty of stories. And so he gave me this book and this hat. And I thought that, you know what, that was pretty cool. You meet some crazy people working for random strangers all around, and you never know who you're gonna meet and what you're gonna do. But I'm gonna give this book a read, and we'll see where it goes. I'll curious. Check in with you guys and let you know what crazy stories are in this thing.
And let's shout them out. The name of the author and the title once more.
Jeffrey Gentile and Michael Gentile Jr. It is Mob Adjacent, a family memoir.
Wow. Let's read the back of it.
All right, yeah, let's read the back. Let me get a little light. All right. New expanded edition. More true mob stories, more never before published mob photos. Mob Adjacent, a family memoir, takes an acid trip down memory lane as brothers Jeffrey and Michael Gentile Jr. discover a parallel world hidden behind a suburban facade. For them, the Wonder Years collides with the Sopranos. Mobsters come to dinner, contract hits come with warning notices, and thieves deliver merchandise and people. How does something like that happen to an ordinary family? Blame it on the company they keep. Friends and acquaintances include legendary crime boss Sam, excuse my pronunciation, Giancana, Jackie Cerrone, and an assortment of hoodlums, gangsters, bone breakers, and second-story guys with cameo appearances by Troy Accardo, Frank Sinatra, Leo DeRocher, Jackie Gleason, Art Carney, Joan Collins, Liz Minnelli, and Elizabeth Taylor. For the Gentile brothers, life at the intersection of hoodlum and gangster yields dividends and teaches lessons. This is their story.
Wow.
Damn.
Liza Minnelli.
And
Frank Sinatra, too?
Yeah, that's what I see on that. That's pretty crazy.
I love that. An acid trip down memory lane.
That's a good hook, you know. As the first sentence, they nailed the hook line.
Yeah. Wow. I'm kind of interested.
As I said, you know, I'd be happy to read it together. To read a chapter, hand it to you. We can
absolutely. We'll
compare and
start a little book club
like that. That would be kind of sweet.
You know what I wanted to do is start a weeknight or some kind of monthly or weekly event where we all just get together and have like a big dinner.
I would love that. I've literally been,
like everyone like brings
wishing
like a dish.
That. Yes, I would totally be down for that. Because honestly, it would give everyone like a designated day. We'd see each other routinely. It would be, everyone would be included, and everyone loves food. So
I mean,
and I love Wednesdays, your guys' cooking.
Wednesdays for the neighbors, then maybe we could do like Fridays for, the feast.
That would be perfect. And honestly, I'm about to have Friday off now that I started this house.
Oh, really?
It's gonna be 410 shifts, but I still have to. Fridays are my new floor time at the office. For real estate.
All right.
If you need to buy or sell a house in Wisconsin, hit my line. But otherwise, have to do a quick shout out. But about Fridays now I have at least the morning free. I'm just busy from like 1 to 5, so that 4-hour window is out.
Do you like doing the longer work days and getting the 40 hours in 4 days?
I have not had a lot of experience in that yet. so actually this will be my first time having that experience, but at least in my mind, I think that I would love that because I would like
nice.
the day off because honestly, I do like working from like 7 to 3 because then after 3 o'clock I still feel like I have a majority of my day. But honestly, the difference between getting off at 3 and I still get off a little later anyways. So the difference between getting off at like between 3:30 and 4 and getting home at 5:30 or 6 is not that big a difference to me. So like working 6 to or I'll say like 7 7 to 6 that area, that honestly, I feel like tickles my fancy a little more because
you feel tickled.
I feel like you kind of pack it all in. You add just a little bit more to each of your 4 work days, and then it's like you have an extra day off for your weekend. It's like you stay a little overtime each day, and you're done. And then you get an extra day off. So honestly, I think I'm looking forward to that. I'll enjoy having the Friday mornings off, but I'm still gonna use them. I think to go around, do some door knocking, do some like pinning my cards to local bulletin boards and stuff for real estate because I want to get that going. But yeah, it's it's going good. I was gonna say on another, I brought this other book, and that's just my podcast notes. Believe it or not.
Oh, okay, you have some notes.
I have a few notes, so
okay.
we can go over. It's nothing to write home about. But, it's a little something. It also has my doodles on the vanity I made for Belle on all of when I was planning that shit, so.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Ignore the doodles. Okay. But, I looked at just some other, like, mics, a webcam as well, because I think that could also be, honestly, an iPhone and just some lighting we could do, because I do want to do videos as well.
Right, yeah.
I think that will definitely be pivotal, but obviously, honestly, I think just getting a lot of content for the backlog is the best thing that we can do to start. Yeah, our guy's note that it was a video I watched actually that he was saying like his business is going around and helping early podcasts get going basically because he started his own and then helped a bunch of other ones like get big.
Okay.
And so that's just his business, and I watched one of his videos. And he basically just said, like, broke down, as long as you repeat this process and continue doing it. He said the biggest thing is perseverance. And he's like, as long as you can keep making your video, he was like, most of these people start a podcast either with 1 episode or maybe have 2 in the backlog. And then they run out of stuff, and then, like, get to the next week when they're supposed to do something and they don't know what to talk about. And then they stop, and then the wave stops and they stop doing it. And it's like, so we're already way past that, but he basically said what you just want to rinse and repeat is capture, edit, publish, promote. So capture your content, continue to make your videos, and no matter what, once a week, bi-weekly, however often, whoever's doing it. For us, it's weekly, but keep making your content because you're going to keep getting better every time you do it. It's all about practice. It's all about getting stuff in the backlog. Edit, make sure that obviously we're taking the time to split stuff up to do the work in terms of like if we do like podcasts or one of those and making stuff for the YouTube, for the shorts, for all that stuff. Just editing. Publishing, by publishing, I think he was more so meaning in like a marketing fashion and like use your pages to promote your other pages. So basically the same thing with shorts, like you use our like Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or X or whatever. Use those platforms to post a 30-second video of like one of the interesting parts, a little hook line, and be like, hit our YouTube, hit our podcast channel. Here's the link. So and then promote obviously. So I guess publish and promote was part of the same thing. But yeah, and so it's like obviously very vague in terms of what we're actually doing. But
those are the main
when you break
pillars.
it down, yeah, it's pretty much as long as we can kind of look at it as 4 main things and break them down individually and get a system going. I think we're already ahead of the pack. We're filming. We got 10 epis deep. I think we're doing pretty good.
Yeah. So that was just like a little behind the scenes for all the listeners out there who may not be as privy to the starting up of these sort of things and this particular type of venture. So that's pretty interesting for me too, because I really don't know that much about what goes on with the broadcasting and what happens after we press post.
Yeah.
With all the
algorithms and that kind of stuff.
And we're still figuring it out. I mean, make no mistake. I mean, we really are just testing the waters, and this year has been great for learning what works and what doesn't. And I think if we just stick to those guidelines, like what you're talking about, we should be in good shape. Because consistency is key. So as long as we just keep going up to the batter's box and just keep knocking them out of the park,
we'll be golden.
Yeah,
I think it's all. I think as cheesy as it sounds, it is all about the journey, and I think a lot of these like videos, these content creators, etc., is a lot of their content seems like the end goal or where you're aiming to end rather than how they got there. And I think
nobody talks about it.
I think a big part of it is, let's share our journey and the struggles and what we're going through, how we're figuring out certain things. And you know what? Once one podcast out of 8, we throw in a little 20-minute like discussing shit. This has been on our mind. How are we going to figure this out? I think everyone would be just as privy to that and see that we're just as human as everyone else. And we're trying this out. We don't want to work that 9 to 5 for the rest of our life. We want to talk to you guys, talk to our fans.
We don't want that 7 to 6 bullshit.
No, that 7 to 6, I'm done with it. We want.
I'm trying to be mob adjacent.
Enjoy stuff. I'm trying to be mob adjacent. Like this hat, like this book, have crazy guys coming to my house with thieves and robbery, tomfoolery.
One would be really funny is if he gave you the hat and then he gave it to you and you put it on and he's like, "Are you a fucking narc?"
Take the hat off. Take the hat off. That sounds realistic. That sounds like that would happen to me. But yeah, him and his wife, they were great, and it was a good experience, to be honest.
Awesome.
Working for him and getting this hat, and honestly, yeah, the book, hey, it's more than most people you're working for have given me. So.
Are they very like? I guess in any cases when you have a job site where you're working at someone's house, are they hospitable? Where they're offering you like coffees and drinks?
That's a really good question. Some are much more than others. Some you like don't see, like it's almost like it's a ghost town while you're there. Like it's just you don't even know if they're living there at that time. Right. You just walk in and it's just like it feels like the oven was just on, or like the coffee was still hot, but now it's just like the empty. And like, did they just leave when they heard I got here? But some you never see. But honestly, we've been fortunate. A lot of the people we've worked for are just like super sweet, want to like sit and chit chat and see what we're doing and just like talk. And I've had some that, I mean, the guys the lake house I've been working at right now doing some bathrooms in. I mean, like 3 days in a row I come in and he's like, "Hey, I got a bunch of like apples and pears and stuff on the table. Like, do you want one?" He's like, "I'm not gonna eat all of them." He's like, if you want one of those, there's some drinks in the fridge." And like this one Canadian lady I was working for out in the woods, she had a really nice house surrounded me and my grandmother, a big like wooden cabin type thing.
Wow, was she thick?
No.
Hey.
She was sweet.
Well.
Here he comes, rocking the PJs.
Scotty's in the jammies.
I'm in rehabilitation mode. My ass is lucky to be alive.
I was gonna say I have not even.
Shit, this is fresh scoop of this ice cream, Mr. Joe Biden. Let's say this is fresh scoop. I know his ass fucking hungry for this shit. So, I totaled my car. It's not total. It's not total. But
do you have a picture?
No, I actually didn't take pictures because I was busy on the side of the road 4 states away. Like, fuck, I am fucked. No one can fucking come get me. Like, and even if they did, like, that's so far away. Like, I was in Indiana. Bumfuck Indiana when it happened. But long story short, I was on the way to the Crispo, right?
Yep.
That's all I'm going to say. You don't need to say too much. Your boy made it there. I made it there fine. Through the storm, through the blizzard. Like, I drove through Chicago fine.
First snow of the winter.
So I had already made it to Michigan, already did my thing, hit my little 4 stops, you know what I'm saying? And I hit Popeyes on the way out, and shit, I was on the way home. Made it through Michigan, and I was an hour and a half into my drive, so I'm in about Indiana at this point. I have about 2.5 hours left till I'm home. And I'm in the left lane, the far left lane, the speedy lane. but I wasn't speeding because like the roads were shit. Like it was still like sleeting and like it was still snowing at some point, some parts. So
it was pretty hard.
It was bad. It was really bad. Like no one expected it to snow, so there was also no salt trucks or anything putting like salt down or anything. I didn't see a single plow or anything.
Everyone said it would snow for an hour, and it snowed all day.
Exactly. So, long story short, I'm going the speed limit's 70 on the freeway. Everyone in front of me is going like 80 or like 85. Like so there's like people going faster than that, but I obviously, I got that fucking, that mean in the back of my trunk. So I'm not even going fast. Like the speed limit's 70. I'm going like 65. Like, or maybe I was going the speed limit like 70. I think I was going 65. And what had happened is my front left tire lost traction first. Like I'm going straight, and like my front tire like started to lose traction. So I would have slammed right into the wall had I at 70 miles an hour had I not like moved the steering wheel and like adjusted. So when I did that, when it went left, I adjusted the steering wheel right to like correct it, and then when that happened, the front right tire lost traction too. So my car was straight and then spun twice, did two 580s from the far left lane all the way to the right lane before crashing into a barricade.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and I was lucky that I didn't hit anyone. Like I literally went through crossed like 3 lanes spinning.
And there was no other cars?
No, because I was in the far left lane. I was ahead of people just enough.
Thank God.
I was ahead of the traffic because, like, I saw in the mirror, I'm literally spinning. I see the cars, like, I'm literally this way looking at the cars and I'm spinning. And I saw all them, like, pressing their brakes, like, back there because they had saw, like, what happened.
Yeah.
And it was, like, all, like, slow motion. Like, I felt like Dom and Fast and the Furious where he's like, and then I was just like, holy shit. It was another slow motion when I see the wall coming. I'm like, don't hit it, but you're sliding. I literally, after the crash, I was like this, got up, was like, it's like slow-mo and like zombies and shit, where like when you jump and then it's like it was literally, exactly. I was like, holy fuck, I'm alive, was the first thing I said. I looked around, holy fuck, I didn't hit anyone. And then the third realization, my car's destroyed. But the funny thing is, my ass was like, shit, put it in drive, screw, like nothing fucking happened. I was driving for like 10, 15 miles or so before, and it was still driving. It was like, every sensor was popping on, like, driving lane assist, fucked, brake assist, see your dealer. Like, every notification I could have gotten that bitch was on and buzzing at me.
Oh my god.
So I made it like 10, 15 miles, and then I had gone over like a bump, like on like the freeway, and then that had finally like popped my tire off like its axis, like the front one that took the most damage. So now I'm riding on fucking 3 tires. One of them is like spinning on its axis, and I managed to get it like right off the exit. Cause I'm in the middle, the heart of the highway. Like, so I had managed to get it far enough before it died. Jeez. So that was also another reason.
Your car until it died?
Not till it died. It could still be driven. It's just like it'd be driven with like one less tire. So like that would do a fuckload of damage if you kept driving it.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Because like once that happened, I was like, please let me get home. And then when I saw that happen, my car's like, from it's like when it's going on this, I was like, there's no fucking way. It's like, so that had happened. I was lucky where it happened because I was like pulled off on like kind of like a low key exit. Because obviously if a cop would have seen me on the highway, they would have stopped, offered me help, and then, it would have been a very bad situation if they're like, oh, what happened? Let me search the car, and then I would have been arrested like that immediately. If had they searched the car, you know what I mean? Your boy got 4 means in the back of his trunk, you know what I'm saying? So like, that's what I'm like. I've told everyone this story. Like, it's not like I was driving fast. Like, if anything, I was driving safer on the way back.
I believe it.
So it's not like, and it was horrible weather yesterday to begin with, and even if it wasn't.
Were you texting and driving?
No, I wasn't. Like, I literally wasn't.
Were you on SoundCloud and driving?
No, like I literally was like not any more than I usually am. Like when I put a song on, and like leave my phone in my lap until like
not any more than usual.
Like no, it's not. It was not what I would just say if that's what it was. Like if it was like I was texting, I wasn't paying, but it wasn't that. It was my my front tire.
I was changing the song from Lil Tracy to Lil Durk.
So
exactly, it's probably shit. That's probably some shit I would listen to.
Your airbags didn't go off though?
No, my airbags didn't go off because, like I said, had I like not corrected the steering wheel, I would have hit face on, going 70 miles an hour. Like what Mark and Mom's car had happened to them.
So when you
it went sideways. So like
guardrail,
it spun like once, another full 360, and then it hit on the side. Like the driver's side had like hit the wall. So like
So
pretty much.
You were turned
I was
around
like
facing
this.
the opposite direction of the highway.
Yeah, pretty
basically,
much when it had happened.
Wow. So what part of your car is fucked up?
The driver's
what is-
side,
what
like
does
the
it look
driver's like side.
So
Like the
front
bumper is
fine?
like the front is like probably took less damage. Like so it's like the left side, the side of the car that I'm on, the driver's side of the vehicle. That side is more fucked. Like because the other side is like pretty much fine because I had hit the railing like going like sideways like in it like at a pretty good angle to be honest.
Okay, so at least
It's gonna be a lot of damage. So
Under
I
the
mean I
hood?
filed a claim.
Good.
Okay,
The hood's
good,
fine. Like the
good,
engine
good.
and shit
I'm
like
so glad
isn't
you
really
filed a
fucked.
claim. Oh, I was
So it's
worried
mostly
you
just
like
body?
weren't gonna file.
I mean, it's body and mechanical because like the alignment's fucked up, the brake system, the fucking like all of that shit is like fucked from how like bro I went 70 miles an hour like smacking into a wall.
I was
like,
gonna say it's just like when you get into the mechanicals of new cars like that, they total those bitches so quick. So I'm just like, I hope that there's enough.
At least it was safe.
Yeah, at least it was safe. Your airbags didn't go off, so obviously.
honestly
like,
I don't even think it was safe because like the car is fucked. Like I think it's like
But
it
you're
was
not.
lucky. It was just lucky how it happened. Like
exactly what you said.
I don't
so
even want to
felt.
give it to myself because like I did react good because like I was like grabbing the steering wheel like slamming but the brake does
At the
nothing.
end
You
of the
need to pump the
day,
gas
yeah,
like in
at
that
the end of the
situation.
day.
So I think I maneuvered it to the best of my ability, like, and it was better than what would have happened. But I'm not gonna sit here and say like, oh yeah, like that was all me. Like I got lucky that I didn't like hit someone else or like that I crashed like sideways the way I did. That was I'm gonna leave that up to luck. Like I maneuvered like good in the beginning, but I got completely lucky that I didn't hit the railing like face first, like going that fast.
The one time I totaled my car, it was the same exact feeling you described. That's like you see everything in slow motion. Like this 2 to 3 second elapsed time period.
Oh, yeah.
Feels like it's taking a full like 2 minutes. And literally,
You have no
just
control of the
seeing-
car at that point. You're
Yeah,
just
I
watching. Like
remember-
you're literally a passenger and you're driving.
I remember, yeah,
Like,
you're just like in
that's how
third
it
person
is.
in the back seat watching everything
Exactly.
happen like it's a movie and you can't do shit. And
That's
it's,
exactly
like,
how it was.
So scary because you see the inevitable. Like I remember I hit the brakes, slid into an oncoming intersection, and I just see myself heading straight into a fucking SUV driving in front of me, and I like watch the crumple of the front of my car and then just spin off the road.
You
and
see
it's
it
like,
happening, but then when the
holy
impact
fuck. It's
actually
immediately
hits,
speeds
like,
up. It's like speeds
yeah.
up and then it's over.
Because
Then
like
it's,
I was looking at the railing, I'm like,
realization.
fuck, don't hit it. Like I'm trying to like steer out of it, but like, dude, I'm spinning. Like and like the brakes aren't doing shit because obviously the roads are.
I'm so glad
shit.
you're okay. I had so many like
that's
twin feelings
terrifying.
going off. Like Jake was like, I was leaving because he was coming over to watch an episode of something, and like he told right as he was leaving was when you called Sydney, and he was like, I don't know what happened, but he's like, it sounded like Z got in an accident on the way home or something. And I was like, that's all the info I had. I was like, oh my god, I hope he's okay. I was like, holy fuck, and like some random ass bumfuck middle of nowhere. I was like,
And I got
God
pulled, like, dude,
damn.
it happened in Indiana, like the worst state between, like, at Michigan, Chicago, the best states for that to happen, and then Wisconsin, like, which is still bad, but like Indiana is by far the worst state.
and at
to
least
have
Wisconsin,
anything.
we're 10 minutes across the border. It's
Yeah,
like, you're right there on
exactly,
the tip of
exactly.
the-
That was the other problem. So it's like, so I called up my mom, sitting here, car fucked, 4 hours away from anyone, like just bent, absolutely bent. And I call her, I'm like, hey mom, like, cause they just got like AAA, so I'm like, oh, do you guys have AAA? And if so, do you know the account information? She's like, oh, to be honest with you, like Carla and Kenny got this for you, but like we haven't activated it yet, so I don't really know. And then I was like, all right, she's like, why? What happened? Why? What's good? And I was like, it's fine. Mom, I was like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm 4 states away sitting here fucked. If you don't have the information to this, I need to make some other calls. I love you. Goodbye. Like, I'm like, I can't do this shit right now. Like, I'm literally like just sitting there like, all right, who the fuck to call? I'm like, I need to get the fuck off this exit or get onto an exit because if a cop sees me, like, it's fucked. As soon as this car is getting searched, I'm getting
you better
arrested
just
and charged with a
fucking throw that
felony
fucking
immediately.
out
I
the
mean,
window.
if you have such a large car crash, they're not going to like search the vehicle.
No, they do, 100%.
Like is that
No,
part
it
of the
depends.
protocol?
It
That
depends.
kinda
If
seems
you're
like
if it's a bad, really bad crash and like your life's in danger, they're gonna focus on getting you to the ER, but they're always gonna search the car because they need to find out if
They
drugs
do,
was
yeah,
like
they
a
do.
cause.
For my accident,
They will search
didn't
the car.
Immediately search my car.
Not
but
immediately,
they
but they
questioned
will.
Me. They immediately questioned me, and asked me if I was like under the influence of anything. Is there any reason that like this or that? And then I assumed, depending on that would go, it would lead into searching the car.
Most of the time, they search the car in accidents. Like I would say, most of the time.
Well, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
So that's why I was like, okay, and then I was like, fuck, should I call the cops? And then I was like, wait a minute, why the fuck would I even think that for a second to involve them? I was like, what are they gonna do? I'm gonna sit on the phone, have to wait for these retards to get out here for however long that takes. Then they're gonna ask me a million questions, and in the end of the day, I still gonna need my car towed. Whether I fucking inform the police or anything, I would still need to get my car towed. They would just call a tow. So I'm like, and I was like, I didn't hit anyone else, so there's no point in involving them because like. I mean,
technically it's illegal, but I totally understand what you're saying. I didn't want to do that either. I fled the scene when I fucked up the Chevy, and I just left the car on the side of the road. But that's why the cops showed up at my fucking door at like 4 a.m. and were like, "Were you drunk at the scene of the crime and left because this and that, blah blah blah?" And I was like, "No, I just didn't hit anyone. I fucked my own car, and no tow company would answer. So I took the first ride I got home, like." Yeah. I left a note on the fucking car with my number.
That's what I did too. That's what I did too. Like later in the story. I was like,
what do you expect? But I totally get it. If you're not like, I think if you don't involve another person,
exactly,
if there's not someone else involved, and you can deal with it, then by all means. I think
and I'll say this to my insurance company.
Shit, like I do the same.
If they ask me, I'd be like, why didn't you call the police? I'd be like, okay, I wasn't in a certain amount of distress. I wasn't injured where I would need medical assistance.
I would claim you did.
No, I would just be honest. Like I'd be like, also I didn't hit anyone else, so I didn't think there was a need because I literally had the thought process. Why am I gonna call them? The police are just gonna do a medical check and then they're just gonna call a tow truck. I was like, I could literally wait here, call the police, and have to take them from actual calls of someone being hurt or something crazy going on. I'd have to take them away from doing that. Then I have to wait for them as opposed to just calling a tow truck and dealing with it. So I was like, the fastest action was to get off the highway and doing that was calling a tow, so I wasn't gonna wait. I was like, I knew that I was okay. I didn't hit anyone else, and I didn't do any damage to any signage or anything else like that. Like I hit a railing, I dented a railing. I don't like there's nothing you can do to
scheme of things,
it's I smacked the best part I could have.
Holy shit!
I just hope that the claim goes through totally fine. That's all that I'm worried about.
When I was answering it, so it went through. I got my claim number, and it's my first accident I've ever had on my record. So it's
as long as it's not.
I don't think
as long as they're not giving you the 411. I'm like,
I thought about
why'd you leave the scene and blah blah blah. I think that
I mean, I'll just answer it honestly.
Yeah,
it's
it was heavy blizzard. And you wanted to get home.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, and it's I thought what was going to be the best decision at the time, and that was getting off the middle of the highway, spun out and
getting to the side of the road. You could still drive it, obviously.
Yeah, I was able to drive it enough for a while, but before the tire popped. So it's
was there? Do you know if your car is totaled or what happens in the situation?
I wouldn't say
think they're gonna repair it.
Is the mechanic looking and doing a diagnostic?
I don't. Well, I got it towed to Chicago because I was okay, what's gonna be the best scenario here? I was because I was in Indiana. And I was in Gary, Indiana, which I don't want to say is it's a pretty shit town. I'll say that. It's look it up. No, look it up. It's not a place you want to break down.
It's.
I'm not saying it's the hood or it's I'm not being scary about it. I'm just saying it's.
Jackson.
No, it's not a good place to break down. The part that I had gotten to the crash,
I got you.
So, but at least a few blocks up, because when the tow truck came and we went a few miles, we drove through the main downtown. It was just all a dump. I was just I don't want to fucking go have my car here. Have to drive 3 hours to Indiana to come get my car at some random ass body shop.
Yeah.
All the way here, so I'm just gonna have to take the L and pay an expensive tow all the way to Chicago, which I got the closest one, which is 35 miles, so it was $200 something, but it wasn't horrible.
Okay.
I mean, it's pretty expensive, but the dude was cool. So the first place we went, the first body shop that I had looked up that was closest, it was underground. So he's where the fuck do we go? Because we had pulled up to the location that the GPS gave us, and it's we can't even. This is a one way. You can't even drive a truck that way.
The fuck?
And then we figured out oh fuck, it's underground. And I was okay, fuck this. Let's go to another body shop. It's 5 minutes away. Went to that one. That one is only for taxis and Ubers. And when we pulled up, he had told me he's oh, be careful about this one. They only do taxis and Ubers. I've heard a lot of bad things about this one. And then I went in, and it's just a bunch of fucking Palestinian motherfuckers. Okay, I'm not trying to sound like that, but that's how it was. Like, it was like, I don't know.
You're Israeli.
Yeah, you know. No,
World enemies.
No, right. No. But so I told them what's good, and they're like, oh, we don't really like take cars, like we don't do alignment, we don't do this, like we pretty much only do like taxis and Ubers, and then I looked online and like they had like all 1-star reviews and like this place is a scam, like all this shit, like they had a bunch of bad reviews, and then I had told the truck driver like, I'm so sorry, dude, to make you like take me like to a different spot, but like the guys didn't even want to take the car, and he's like, yeah, I told you that place is not sketchy. He's like, okay, I'll take you somewhere else. So third time we had went to this Perillo place. It's like a luxury like body shop, which I didn't know until we like parked and looked at the website. They only do like BMWs, like Rolls Royce, like nice cars. So I was like, fuck. And this is like the third time. So then like
but I literally 22.
That shit, it's not good enough for them. It's not a Rari. It's not good enough for them. So I said, fuck it. Like I can't just keep making this tow truck, dude. Like continuously keep taking me from shop to shop to shop, because like this was the third time this happened, and I already paid him. So like he's like still like taking me like out of the goodness out of his heart, I feel like, because
because obviously I already took
exactly. And we had gone over the 35 miles. It was 35 miles. We got to the first stop. Then we went to the other shop. Then we went to another shop. So I was like, dude, if this one isn't good, like I'm fucked. Like he's gonna dump my car some random place. So left it there. I was like, fuck it. Like if it gets towed, it gets towed. There's nothing I can fucking do. I went. I was like, shit, okay, we just gotta leave it then. So I left my car in that parking lot. Like it's like a side parking lot. It's at a pretty low key spot, like at where the nice dealership is, the Perillo.
Gotcha.
And I left a note in my car, like was involved in an accident today, like coming back for it. Please do not tow. Like we'll be back in the morning, and like left my phone number and like and contact information and shit. And then I was like, all right, well, there's nothing I can do. And then I like tried to leave a voicemail with the place to let them know that like I had done that, but like it's late, so obviously everyone's home and no one answered.
Right.
So I had to call like 3 different times in the morning. Finally got on the phone with someone, and then they're like, "Okay, I'm just walking in, but yeah, now I know." They were like laughing on the phone. I was like, "Yeah, I called you guys' ass up because I didn't want you to come in 8 in the morning and be like, what the fuck is this shit? Get this shit towed right now." And then she was like laughing. She's like, "No, I got you. It's all good. Okay." She understood like what happened.
Yeah.
So, and then this morning, that's when you saw me. I was like, I'm on the way down there, Scotty. I had to go all the way downtown Chicago again after fucking driving all day yesterday.
You didn't really look that upset.
I was.
Like, you were probably hiding it pretty well, but I was like, dude, if that happened to me, like, I would have been so defeated. Like,
and
that's shitty.
I mean, it sucks. It's not that I'm not upset about it. It's just like I'm not beating myself up because it's not like I was speeding. It's not like I was like texting. Like it was genuinely like a situation. There's nothing I could have done. Like exactly, and like it was a mixture of just like the roads, the weather, and just maybe I would say maybe my tires. My car is like almost like a year and a half old. Like could be like my tires like are losing traction. It's like it could have just been the weather. Like you know what I mean. Like it wasn't. You know, I was sober when it happened. Like I had shit in my trunk. I wasn't driving like a buffoon. Like, and that's like my biggest testament like to the situation is like, there's nothing that I did. Like I was driving. I can't even talk. I was driving as safely as possible.
I got you.
So it's like I can be mad about the situation, but that was gonna happen. Like regardless. Like I was sober and driving safe, and that happened. So it's like there's been a lot more situations where I like things could have went bad when I was not sober and like not driving as safe, but
are you sore at all?
Yeah, I definitely am a bit. Like definitely got some whiplash on the way there. It's like my back, I would say. Like it's not bad though. Like I got lucky. Like my airbags didn't go off, but that's because like the side of the car hit the railing.
Yeah, or probably like that.
Yeah. But that's pretty much that. I mean,
how did you get home?
So I had I rode with the tow truck to Chicago and had Sydney meet me in Chicago at the auto body shop. So
how long were you waiting for her there?
I got it timed perfectly. We both showed up at the same time.
Really? Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah, because man, that would have been shitty. You're just waiting outside during a snowstorm.
Yeah, dude.
To get scooped in your total ass
God.
car. Like
I'm just sitting here like a sitting duck. Like fuck. Like I need to make some moves happen before a police officer or like someone comes and asks for help, and then because then it's over with. Like if that happens, it's fucked.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not only gonna have to deal with these dumbasses, but I'm gonna have to pay a felony and shit. I'm gonna have to get bailed out.
It's gonna be more than just the cough and a toe.
So honestly, like, I'm pissed about it, but looking back at it, I mean, it could have been a lot worse. I could have hit someone else. I could have gotten
Hurt
arrested.
yourself,
I could have been seriously hurt. Like, I mean, I'm a little bruised up, but
well, that's the thing is that any accident going that fast is almost like
I mean, you saw what happened to our
one.
parents' car when they went 60 into a telephone pole, and it was completely
and that was
total.
Miraculous that like
Exactly.
okay.
That would have happened to me, except I was going 70 like on the freeway, and that wouldn't have been just a telephone pole. That would have been a whole wall of contact. So it's like,
fuck. I'm glad you're sitting here with us doing the pod.
Yeah,
on
me
this
too.
Wednesday, the day after. I gotta give it to you for being up and about. I'm glad that it looks like you're moving pretty well. So.
Yeah, I mean, what am I gonna do? Cry? Fucking no. I mean, shit's still got to get done. I mean,
yo, Scott.
At least right now.
Don't beat yourself off about it.
He's always got to say some gay shit. But all right. Anyways, what did I miss for the first half of this?
Well, we talked about Mob Adjacent.
Mob Adjacent? What the fuck is that?
It's the guy's house we were working at, the little cabin. The owner is this fucking. He wrote this book, and this is his thing. And so I was talking a little bit about that, and he's like, his family was involved with the mob, but not in the mob. So he's got a bunch of stories with him and his brother, and yeah. So
I wonder if that's his angle because it like absolves him from any responsibility.
it could be, who knows? I mean? Maybe he was deep in the mob and he was just capping.
Oh, obviously, if you're a smart gangster, you're not gonna be like, yeah, I got 1,000 bodies. I fucking was swindling all this money. Like, you're not gonna say that shit.
Yeah, but it was a little bit about that. What else did we start?
Yeah.
We talked about the ends of the pod.
I forgot to say, then I went to Jungbu because I was like, fuck it, I'm already in Chicago, so like I went and got some a few foreign snacks.
Oh, you shouldn't have.
And stuff.
Are these Kit Kats?
Yeah, they're
ASMR.
They're like foreign Kit Kats. That's probably so annoying. But yeah, I got the dumplings, or I think they're like the bao buns that they have, like the little stand. Yeah, I got but I got 6, but they forgot to give me my red bean one, so I was low-key pretty pissed. Cause I got 2 beef, 2 spicy kimchi, and then a black bean and a red bean, but they forgot to give me the red bean, so I was like, God damn it.
We got a lot of those. They're big.
Yeah.
yeah.
I got some for Sid though.
They're like snowballs. Mm-hmm. They're actually opening up a Jungbu in Schaumburg.
Really? Mm-hmm. Damn.
Yep. So that's going to be,
That's sick. To be honest, yeah.
I really like that market a lot.
Yeah, it's definitely really good. And then I got like some kimbap sushi because they have like obviously like the fish market and everything. They have like fresh like lunches and stuff.
These Kit Kats are good, but they honestly taste like
regular Kit Kat.
Normal Kit Kats.
Yeah, and maybe they are. I think they're the dark chocolate ones, but they taste like a bit different than the regular dark chocolate ones. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it, but they could be the same. Maybe that they're just like made in China or whatever. I'm not sure.
I don't know. They taste good though. They do taste.
That'd be the biggest finesse, where it's just like, yeah, foreign Kit Kats. It's just like the packaging.
Right.
Like it's literally the same shit. Like
you go in the back of the store and they have.
It wasn't more expensive though. Like it was like the same as it would have been. Like pretty much. Like it's not like it was more expensive.
I know they have like matcha Kit Kats and like the strawberry ones.
I've tried a couple.
I didn't see the matcha ones. I would have gotten them. I didn't see the matcha ones at that location.
Some matcha flavors I love, and some matcha, like some certain things flavored as matcha, I really don't like.
You know what? I feel like I love matcha so much where if I had to quit drinking coffee for any reason, like if I went to my doctor and they told me like I had an ulcer or like I had to quit drinking coffee, like I would just replace it with matcha because I think it tastes so good. I
do like matcha as well. I really like good teas. Drink.
I have some matcha in the.
Quit playing.
Yeah, but I can whisk.
Put your money where your matcha is.
But you know what? I don't have any water. I ran out of water.
And the filter is broken.
No, because you were telling me about the lawsuit that happened with Brita filters.
Did you file?
No, I didn't file.
I need to file. I should file.
But I bought a new water filter because Courtney was super paranoid about it. And she's always like,
Yeah, to the utmost.
Super water is very important to her. We want to have clean water. We want it to be good. And I don't buy bottled water. I know you guys are, have it on lock, but I just have like the Brita pitcher. I keep it on the counter. Fill that.
Your system's good. Your system's good. You guys just pull it over, fill your cup or glass or whatever it is, and you're good to go. So I think that's good.
It works because I always got that. I have like a 32-ounce water bottle. I fill that up a couple times a day.
This man stays hydrated,
dude, for real. But you know what? The Brita filter really freaked me out, and I know that the pipes in this duplex are actually
horrible,
disintegrating. And the super, he told me that there's actually rust that can be
get into your water and stuff,
contaminating the water. And so the filter that we got, it's called Life Straw, and I'm not sponsored. They're not sponsoring this podcast, by the way.
Not yet.
If they want to,
if they would like,
they certainly can.
They can hop on the train early.
But we got the Life Straw.
We
got the Life Straw and the. What's cool about that? I basically got the same one that's like a rectangular, like 7-quart pitcher. I can leave on my counter. Looks exactly like the one that we have, but it filters out metals and iron and rust. So it said that it's really good for that.
Perfect.
So my water is about to be on
crisp.
But
now they just let all the poop in.
No, but it has.
Can't stop that.
It has 2 filters. It has one where you replace once a year, and it's made out of carbon, and it absorbs all of the bacteria. And then they also have filters that you replace every 2 months, and it kind of looks like a fucking dildo.
You would say some gay shit.
No, I'm just playing. I'm playing. But look it up. Google it. But they have those Life Straw. Actually, they started out. They were a company that they actually made straws that were filters. So if you were they make it for campers and shit. So if you're by a river or a random body of water that's not pure, you can just take this straw and literally just you can put it anywhere and you can drink water out of a fucking pothole and it'd be pure.
I need to see you do that. You know what? We should make a video.
Yeah, that's got to be on the Patreon. Let's go drink.
I have some funny ass
out of the
from
most
this video that I got coming.
Crazy fucking.
And I want to put that on the Patreon.
Water.
Yeah, wait. What does that look like?
I see what you were saying. He wasn't joking.
Nah, he's just being gay, guys.
No, see? Look at that girl. Look how dirty that water is.
Cheers.
See, it's for outdoorsy people that are on the go and they want to fill up their water. See? Look, dude, look at the guy. Look at this guy's setup right here. He has a fucking bag tied to a tree.
What is that? What's the point of that?
With a giant straw. With a giant Life Straw.
I wonder what the benefit it was to putting it that high in the tree.
I don't know. See, look at her. Look, she's fucking drinking out of the water like that. She's getting sturdy with it too.
Getting sturdy with it. Crazy what you can do these days.
So that's my little plug right there. Shout out Life Straw.
That's pretty sweet. I'm not gonna lie. I've been I hate the amount of plastic that I go through and the amount of water bottles I'm constantly dumping. So I need to fix my footprint on the earth, and get a fucking filter. But I haven't found a filter or a pitcher that's like yours with the top that you just do off the counter.
Right.
And I just hate fucking pouring my pitcher and then putting it in the fridge. And I like cold water. That's my problem.
Oh. I have mine room temp.
Cold water.
Oh, okay.
And that's where it's hard for me to not do bottled.
Wow, facts.
Unless
do you do ice cubes?
See, I'm making ice cubes now. I like what you guys do. You guys make the sphere ice cubes. No, they have the little marbles basically is what they look like. Just the little
I know spheres. That's a bitch to fill up.
Not really.
Oh, okay.
I really like those. But I just do
regular
ass ice cubes. I do regular ass ice cubes and they suck, but you do what you gotta do.
I like the ice cube trays. They're great.
I would like to get some of the cool ice cube trays. I've seen some that are have cool shapes and shit, and some are skulls and fucking random.
Hey,
random fucking.
Christmas is coming.
This morning though, before I left on an unrelated topic, I obviously saw the episode got uploaded. Zeven got fired. Like finally, I was like, God damn it! I read the title. I was like, God damn it! Like they fucking just on my ass. And I was just like, it was funny though. I was like, that's a funny title though. Like that just makes you want to click on it. Like let's hear about this retard getting fired. Like that just. I was like, it's a good bait, like a good baity title.
In parentheses,
it was funny too.
Finally.
That yeah, I know. That episode was funny though. I remember you had said like, oh, like you just like you didn't carry it up in that one, but honestly, that one was funny to me. I really liked that one.
Yeah, we need to look up.
We need to start. We need to be at 100 subscribers by the new year. We need a 10x where we're at, or we're doomed.
Oh my god.
Yeah, look at the comment.
Wait, the description says. Wait, I made this up. A tragedy has occurred on the block this morning. At the time of 10:07 Central Standard Time, Zeven was expelled from the rat race.
Oh my god. That's so goofy. And you know what? Something I read was actually like the best titles and clips and thumbnails and stuff that you can like title. They said is they were like keep it like newspaper-esque. They were like newspaper titles.
Steven's really good.
That type of shit. I'm like that was cool.
Yeah.
Steven loves reading the newspaper.
Bro, we actually have some traction.
We getting some motion right now.
Honestly, wow, that's pretty good. I'm proud of us.
You shot another one because I didn't realize that my phone YouTube is connected to a different one than my laptop YouTube. So now I'm subscribed on this one.
Subscribe on everything.
We just got another subscriber.
Yeah,
so,
subscribe.
That's what I'm saying. I thought that I was on my regular.
So check us out on YouTube at The Neighbors Podcast. We're going to be on Spotify within a matter of moments, and I only foresee ourselves, just really
elevating,
on Joe Rogan in the next couple of months if we just keep this up.
I know
keep this pace.
All it takes, like, we just need to get seen. Like, I know it's not a matter of like us not being funny or interesting. It's just like we need exposure,
getting out there.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of really talented
will
people.
Be big for us as well, because I think
100%.
I think you have a very nice setting. We can make a really nice like
if we just
a nice ambiance. We all have a very nice personality, and we're all.
Shit, I'm not ugly. I'm not afraid to be on camera.
Yeah, exactly. I think we got a lot to offer, and I think anyone watching us, I hope you guys all think the same, and we'll continue moving forward and get bigger as we go.
All right, this man's got to get in bed, bro. I can tell. He's trying to boot me out. I only have 5 minutes on this bitch. All right, I love you, bro. You got to go. He's trying to end the rat race early.
All right, everybody. Well, you know what time it is? This is the bit. Today, Junior. This has been The Neighbors.
Thanks.